Hi everyone, welcome to Border Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie, you're not. Today's video is going to be a Tier 8 Extravaganza. That's right, Tier 8 Extravaganza. I think they're all premium tanks as well. Kicking us off is Napalmer, a community contributor from Fort Clan in the Bourrasque. The Bourrasque is the marathon tank, the one that you would have seen on, you would have seen a few videos, you would have seen me. I was playing it a lot on live stream. Some days I had an absolute ripper in it, some days I didn't. Napalmer from Fort Clan though. He knows what he's doing in this bad boy. He's a community contributor as well. He's on Twitch and YouTube. His stuff's going to be linked down in the description below, along with all the other stuff that I normally put down there. And but first off, this is going to be the first in a group of the first replay in today's extravaganza. Tier 8 premium, they're all premiums. I think they're all premiums. They are 4 Tier 8 premium ace tanker replays in one video. The Bourrasque is a 2-shot auto-loading French medium tank. It looks like a light tank. I reckon it looks like a light tank. It plays a little bit like a light tank as well. No, I haven't paused the replay. This is just how it's playing out. He's got APCR as standard and premium ammunition. Standard ammunition is 190 penetration. Premium ammunition is 240 penetration. 360 alpha damage for both, and 360 alpha damage for the 105mm gun. I reckon that's pretty good for a Tier 8 medium tank. Some people are calling it a hybrid, medium light hybrid. It's when I did a comparison in the garage, I compared it with a few similar premium tanks at Tier 8, more mediums, as well as some light tanks, and its camouflage, whilst stationary, was better than the Tier 8 Tech Tree tank, the Batchat 12T, the baby Batchat at Tier 8. So the Tier 8, that's the Tier 8 Tech Tree light tank. The camo wasn't as good as something like the ELC Ever 90, which is about this big. But the fact that it had a better stationary camouflage value than the Batchat 12T, that tells me it can be played like a light tank, right? Of course, when it's moving, it doesn't have that bonus camouflage value that a light tank gets. Like normally, when you move, your camouflage rating drops unless you're a light tank, so it doesn't get that because it's not a light tank, it's a medium tank. But while it's stationary, the camo value of this bad boy is a little bit better, not much, but a little bit better than the Batchat 12T. Anyway, 1-1's a score, 2-2's a score now. Napalmer from Fort Clan on 1,078 hit points of damage already. It's got the gun on this thing is, I reckon the gun's pretty powerful. The downside or the balancing factor of the gun is its aim time. You can see here. Now, Napalmer will have a good crew in this. For reference, the Bourrasque also fits perfectly the Batchat 25T crew, the Tier 10 auto-loading French medium tank. Soaking up some assisted damage here. He is on a mission as well, which we'll get into in just a minute. 1,138 damage done so far. I think there was a blind shot, maybe 2 as well in there. Waiting for the gun to reload. The balancing factor of the gun, I guess you could say, is its aim time. It does take a long time to aim, so it's not the most accurate thing. But even if you've played a Batchat 25T, that's not that accurate either, is it? So it's not really a something with pinpoint accuracy. Anyway, 3-2's a score. Napalmer from Fort Clan in the Bourrasque. The Burlesque is what I've been calling it. The enemy just drowned himself, and his name is Box Boy. What a stupid in-game name. It might not be his in-game name. He might be anonymised like Napalmer is. He's ready to rock and roll. You can see he's also got strong coffee as a premium consumable. Finds the Pantera again. Aims in, and what did I say? I said it wasn't very accurate. The first shot misses. This won't miss. Gets him for another 310 damage. Brings his damage up to 1,448 hit points. That we've seen. 1 or 2 blind shots, remember, into the Lorraine, I think it might have been. 1,410 assisted damage. He's on a mission. He's on missions for the Object 279. And it wants to get the Patrol Duty award. And, well, maybe he will. Gets the kill on the Pantera. He's still got 1 bullet left. Takes a reload. And 2 kills. 5-4's the score. This is one of those games, which is a little bit slow. Looking at the map, the Napalmer doesn't have much backup. So instead of doing what I would do and rushing forward and getting blown apart, he's just playing patiently. He's using the vision of his tank, and I'm tipping he's probably running optics and vents, which is going to help his vision. He's also running strong coffee, which is also going to help his vision. It's also going to help his aim time, his reload time, all that kind of stuff. And he's just gradually outspotting these tanks on the eastern flank. You got the Lorraine, the Pantera, and the Schwarzpanzer 58, I think, were all sort of outspotted by Napalmer. Napalmer has been spotted this game, but not very much. Just kicking back here, he's got the STB-1 there, ready to snipe whatever he spots. STB-1 gets shot. Not sure if that was a blind fire or if the STB1 fired and got lit up by the Object 140, who's up there at A0. I've never pretended to be any good at this game. I've especially never been pretended to be any good at the Object 140. But it's in a battle with Tier 8 tanks, a top tier Russian medium tank. I don't think A0 is the best place for a tank like that. Anyway, Napalmer is saying, right here, let's get this gun working. Fires the Centurion Action X, shoots him a couple of times for his third kill of this game. And we're going to see the the Caernarvon Action X, I should say. We're going to see the Caernarvon Action X, the Tier 10 British premium heavy tank. We're going to see that in, I think that's the next replay in this video. 6-5 the score, 3 kills to Napalmer from Fort Clan. 2,332 hit points of damage done. 1,474 assisted damage. And he's decided, right out, it's time to do something else. Looking at the mini-map, there's a few heavy tanks left on the enemy team. They're all in the centre part of Erlenberg. The IS-7, the 50 TP and the Defender at tier 10, 9 and 8 respectively. There's also the WZ111 1FT, the tier 8 Chinese tank destroyer. And Napalmer just saying, well, I'm on full health, don't want to get shot, but we're down by a tank now, 6-7. Even though Napalmer's been chipping away at the enemy quite efficiently, the score doesn't seem to reflect that. They're down by a tank. They're down 6-7. There's 3 artilleries on each team. He's playing on the Australian server, and here we go. It thinks no worries. I'll just grab another 298. A bit of a low roll, 338 damage into the back of the IS-7, but the IS-7 gets rid of the WZ111 1FT. Sorry, the artillery gets rid of the WZ111 1FT on the enemy team, but at the same time the IS-7 kills the mouse, which has been playing in the middle of the map, and we knew it was going to happen eventually. That was 2 shots from artillery, almost simultaneously. The Su-14-2, the scum bus, was one of them, the Russian tier 8 artillery piece, and the GW Tiger P, also at tier 8. I mean, I guess the thing Napalmer can be happy about is those 3 artilleries are all tier 8, not tier 10 in this tier 10 battle. The enemy does have 2 tier 10 tanks left, the IS-7 and the Object 140. Object 140 last seen up there at A0. Not sure if he's going to move from up there, and to be fair, the Object 140 doesn't seem to be being very effective in this game, and Napalmer has probably realised that. Realised that the IS-7's having a ripper. He's on 5 kills. Napalmer's on 3 kills, but he's 2 tiers down compared to the IS-7. The IS-7 kills the GW Tiger, and the Su-14-2 kills the Skriv 81, and that brings the score back to 7-10 on Erlenberg. 2,968 hit points of damage done. 1,474 assisted damage. Napalmer now running away, thinking, all right, what are we going to do? He's got 3 standard bullets left. Plenty of premium rounds. The Object 140 finally moves out from his corner on the eastern flank, and it looks like he's trying to accost the STB1, who is almost, he's sort of alone over there where Napalmer was earlier, but he's only there against the 140, and he might get to snipe a little bit into the city if anything else gets spotted. The IS-7 on the enemy team confirms not only the Top Gun but also the Bradley Walters by getting 8 kills, getting rid of the French artillery piece on Napalmer's team, and now it's a 3 versus 8. Yeah, 3 versus 8, and Napalmer utilising the speed and the hopefully the vision and the camouflage rating of the Bourrasque, looking for the artilleries, finds the Su-14-2. Also finds the FV-207 up there at A3. They're both up there. Decides, well, we'll get rid of this 50 TP first if we can. Shoots him once for 407 hit points. The second shot is 252, and that's for the kill. And that STB1 wins his battle on the other side of the map against the Object 140, and that brings the score back to 9-12. 3 tanks left on Napalmer's team. The T28 prototype, who's backing up the STB1 in the east quite nicely. That'll suit Napalmer. Napalmer will say, no problems. I'll just get rid of some of these artillery pieces. And I think, what the hell happened there? That was the first shot missed the FV, but the second shot, it looks like the first shot might have missed the FV and hit the SU. That's an interesting one. That is, it looks like all 3 artilleries were lined up like ducks there, and that's exactly what this is going to be. Bit of a duck shoot. He's going to try to do something cute here. Shoots and kills the SU-14-2. Now looking for a shot on the GW Tiger. That shot misses. Of course it misses. Probably hit the the dead body of one of those tanks. And that GW Tiger not moving at all. He's wiggling. It looks like he's wiggling left and right. Possibly trying to aim on the STB-1, who's now going for the SU-101 at up there at AB6. And the score now 11-12, and Napalm is going to try and make it a little bit less. The STB-1 wins the battle against the SU-101. Napalm picks up his 7th kill, killing the GW Tiger, and now all of a sudden they've got the lead. 13-12, 3 versus 2 for the first time in this game. 4,500 damage done, 1474 assisted damage, and that IS-7 is saying no problems. I reckon I can kill this tier 8 medium/light tank, no problems, if I just bully him, and that's exactly what the IS-7 is look like trying to do. Napalmer does not have enough alpha in these 2 shots to kill the IS-7. He needs the STB-1 to be shooting him. The IS-7 shoots him for 502 hit points. That leaves him on 150. He needs to stay away from that gun. That gun is aiming in his direction. He's got it. Oh, the STB-1 comes to the party, kills the IS-7, saves Napalmer's life, and that brings the score up to 14-12. He hits the F5 key saying, thank you very much, you're guilty. That just leaves the defender, and the defender on 780 hit points. Coming up to the T28 prototype. The T28 prototype is saying, hold my beer, I've got this. I'm on full health. I'll go and take this. This is teamwork on the Aussie server like you've never seen before. He's flying in front of his T28 prototype. He's getting in there, so it's all right. I know, I've got armour. I'm a TD, but I've got armour. I'm getting in there. 780 health left on the defender. Napalmer rushes over the bridge. Don't fall off the bridge. We've all done it. And he's thinking, right here, hopefully that defender is looking at the prototype. He is. Shoots the prototype once, and Napalmer will say, I don't care if I'm spotted, I'll just shoot you once if that's okay. Hoping for a tracking shot. Once in the rear, second shot kills him, and that's not only a win, but also a Radley Walters. And a good comeback, 15-12. What we were behind? How many points were we behind? They were behind by a few points, a few tanks. They were behind by a few tanks, that's for sure. That was a pretty good comeback from my old mate the Napalmer, community contributor, and all-round nice guy in the Bat Chatillon Bourrasque, or the Burlesque tank is what I've been calling it, when I've been running around with it on stream. Ace Tanker Mastery Badge, Spotter, Bruiser, Demolition Expert for blowing the head off that artillery piece halfway through that game. Duelist, Fire for Effect, he got 13 bonds. You had the Radley Walters, Dimitri's medal for killing those 3 artilleries, High Caliber for doing more damage than anybody else. A tier 10 game, don't forget. That's not bad in a tier 8. A High Caliber in a tier 8, in a tier 10 game. That's nothing to sneeze at. Tank Sniper for doing some sniping damage. Top Gun for the 6 kills. He ended up with 6,800 hit points of damage exactly. 1989 base experience. That's the base score. That's without the daily account, the premium account multiplier, or the daily double for the times 2 for your first victory. That's the base score. For reference, 1,200 is roughly where ace tankers normally start to come from. 27 shots fired, 23 hit, and they all penned. Some of it was sniped, but he was spotting over there on the east as well as sniping into the middle. That's why that figure's pretty high. And he also got 1,719 assisted damage. 176,500 credits. That's after tax in that 12-minute game with a premium account. And there's a $50,000 bonus in there. That would have been for the first win of the day. Not bad, Napalmer. Not too bad at all. We mentioned that the next game might have featured the Caernarvon Action X, and this is my clanmate Goldie. Goldie 12 from 1AR clan, the best clan in the universe. This is the Caernarvon Action X. I remember when this came out, people compared it to the Super Conqueror. They compared it to heaps of things. Anyway, I don't know. It's not the fastest tank in the world by any stretch of the imagination. It's a heavy tank. It's a heavy tank with a little strong punchy gun. It's the gun is 83.4 millimeter, 230 alpha damage, which is a hell of a lot less than what we just saw in the Bourrasque. 226 penetration with standard, 258 with APCR, which is premium. But it's fast firing and it's accurate. We've talked about accuracy with the Bourrasque. I think the British tanks, they might not be known for their armour, some of them are, but they are known for their accuracy. He finds the AMX 5100, shoots him once, and it looks like the AMX 5100 is not. Looks like he's just given up. The AMX 5100 has given up. So Goldie doing the right thing here, leaving the 5100 to somebody else, and shooting the tank that is shooting his teammates, and that is the T54E1. 2-1's a score already. We're playing in Ghost Town, and look, when I first started playing this game, the only time you saw Ghost Town was in at the WGL tournament type battles. 2-1 the score. Goldie blocks a shot from the Prima Victoria. He's got 917 damage already, 670 damage blocked, 620 assisted damage. He's flying towards the enemy team. It's a tier 9 game, don't forget. There's 3 tier 9 tanks on the enemy team, and Goldie's not stuffing around. He's platooned up with his old mate S1171 from NZS Clan. We've seen them platoon before, and Goldie certainly no dummy when it comes to his world of tanks. Getting right up into the face of these tanks. He's in a good hold down position, and this is what the Caernarvon Action X is good for. Similar to the Super Conqueror, the Chieftain, the Conqueror at tier 9, the Caernarvon at tier 8, which has had a bit of a buff over the last couple of years. 3-1 the score. He's fighting these tanks and just saying, I'm just going to keep shooting you blokes. If you blokes keep staying there, I am going to keep shooting. He switches to APCR to try to confirm the kill, and then all of a sudden he realises, shit, there's about 100 of them over here. Pulls back to make sure he's still hulled down. The KJ shows his rear end towards Goldie as he's running away. I don't know why that KJ was running away. He's got so many tanks here that could help him, but anyway, he doesn't want to be too close to the action. Finds the T54E1. Now I reckon the T54E1 has fired twice. It's a 4-shot auto loader. He's now not looking at Goldie. He's looking at Goldie's platoon mate in the Centurion 5-1. It's an all British platoon, 4-1, and they are just belting out the damage here. 2,500 points of damage. 2,000 assisted, 2340 damage blocked, because this thing has got a strong turret. He's sitting here blocking shots. That last blocking shot was for 750 hit points from the ISU 152, and there goes the ISU 152. Goldie's first kill. His platoon mate in the Centurion 5-1's got a kill as well, and now it's time to start chipping away at the Striv, and that Striv will not be feeling too happy, unfortunately. S1171 in the Centurion 5-1, the Aussie medium tank got taken out by that Striv. Goldie being lucky enough, skillful enough to be getting himself into this hold down position and just chipping away up there. The KJ shoots him but doesn't manage to pen him. KJ over there sniping like a, there's another kill. Gets his second kill, getting rid of the Striv 103-0. That's a tier 9 Swedish tank destroyer, the flat pat tank, the one that sort of goes up like that and shoots over ridge lines. The KJ's looking at Goldie thinking, how do I kill this bloke? Down to 273 hit points after that shot for 446 for the jadgpanzer 105. We did a replay featuring that tank just a couple of days ago. 7-2 the score. 4,645 hit points of damage done. 2,730 damage blocked by armor. He wants to hope that this one bounces. Oh, he missed. The KJ misses. He shoots the KJ again, takes him down to 57 health, brings his damage up to over 5,000 hit points. 2,700 blocked, over 2,000 assisted damage. He's a heavy tank. Heavy tanks. Are they supposed to get assisted damage? Why not? Why the hell not? Looks to where he thinks the KJ might be. Puts a blind shot into behind that bushes. He reckons that's where he's going to be. Is this going to be one of those bullshit kills? He's thinking about it. He gets spotted, shoots, thinks that maybe that KJ's in those bushes with a pair of binoculars and a camouflage net or something, and throws a couple of blind shots in towards where they are. Wiggles his turret to try to make it hard for the KJ to penetrate him, but encourage them to shoot him, and hence give away their position. The Cairn JPZ 105 not being not getting sucked into that, but yes, he does get him in the end, and pens him, but not before. Gee, that was a bit jerky. Not before my old mate Goldie 12 from 1AR clan did what he had to do. 5,062 hit points of damage done. 2,730 damage blocked by armor. 2,089 assisted damage. Can his teammates carry the game? Hopefully they can. The score's 9-5. He's looking around. Look at 704. Look at the 704's in-game name. Oh, the 704's in-game name's Numbnuts, if you can't read it. What a grouse in-game name. Best in-game names on the Aussie server. Numbnuts gets the kill on the KJ105, avenging our hero's death. And wait till you see the result of this one, folks. This one is going to be an absolute ripper. I'll show you now because you can tell what's going to happen. You can tell what's going to happen. You know it was an ace, and you might look at that ace and you might think, oh, it doesn't look that extraordinary. It's an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge. You also got the Spotter Medal for doing all that assisted damage, Bruiser for doing some internal modular or crew member damage, Fire for effect. You got a Bond for the high caliber, but look at this, 1710 base experience. Nothing wrong with that. 1710 base experience. He fired 31 shots, 26 hit. So only 5 missed, and there were those blind shots into the bushes, remember. 23 penetrated, 1289 sniped, 2,730 damage blocked by armor, 2,089 assisted damage. And the best thing about assisted damage is you don't have to pay for your bullets. Numbnuts didn't have the best game, but he got, look at that. Numbnuts got 2 kills for 224 damage. 2 seagulls, possibly. One of them was that Cairn jadgpanzer. And have a look at those credits. Over 200,000, nearly 220,000 credits after tax with a premium account. And that 5.5 minutes he lasted in that game. The game went for 7 minutes, but he lasted 5.5. He did all that damage. There was a personal reserves payout of 80, but that still would have been over 140,000 credits after tax with a premium account. Not too bad. Not too bad at all, Goldie. What an absolute legend. Let's move on to game number 3. This one's going to be pretty quick as well. This is my old mate, jadgpanzer General. Jadgpanzer General's in the Skorpion. Now, this is exactly the same as the Skorpion G, except it doesn't have the Skorpion G's paint job. The benefit of the Skorpion over the Skorpion G in-game stats is nothing. However, you can paint it whatever colour you like. You can put your own camouflage or style or scribbles or emblems or whatever you like on the Skorpion. You can't do that with the Skorpion G. I've got the Skorpion G, and but other than that, it's the same. So it's only the way it looks. Now the jadgpanzer General. You might see Skorpion G sniping at the back of the map under with a camouflage net or with it in some bushes, remaining unspotted, trying to get that damage. Jadgpanzer General though, he's like, no problems. Hold my beer, I've got this. Going to Tundra and we're going to grab the hill. That's exactly what he's done. He's put 2 shots of damage into the M4190, the GF, the girlfriend, the gluten-free, the grand final tank, and that's the premium tier 8 German light tank. He put 2 shots into that, and that has put that tier 8 light tank on nothing. He's on 0 now. He's got the full 1,100 hit points. He's got the full value for money out of that light tank, and he'll be saying thank you very much. He's been spotted a couple of times, hasn't taken any damage. No artillery to worry about, so he can just kick back here and wait for that gun to reload. There's a T-34B there coming up to try to play, and jadgpanzer General saying, hang on, I've just put the kettle on. We need to make this a quick game. We're gonna carry this one, and look at this poor light tank. Cops it in the back for 445 hit points. Brings jadgpanzer General's total score up to 1,545. Just staying here behind the rock, saying, well, if this guy pokes again, I'll shoot him. And he did shoot him. He did poke again, loses his ammo rack briefly, and but he didn't quite land that shot. 1,545 damage done. 1 zip is the score. Is that light tank going to come out again? He doesn't care. You've seen the AMX 65T. Team Dragon. Team Dragon was no good. Team Tiger's where it all was. 1 zip is the score. That was a reference to the recent promotion. There was a Tiger versus Dragon promotion a while ago. Jadgpanzer General sees the side of the Louis, shoots him, takes him down to 1,175 hit points. And that's 2,500 damage done already. This is a tier 8 extravaganza. 4 Ace Tanker replays in one video. We're waiting for jadgpanzer General's gun to reload. Shoots the Louis. What are you doing, KV5? Look, don't be a prick. Oh, that could have been expensive. If all of those tanks pushed forward, they all would have got a free shot on jadgpanzer General. And the KV5 just fired onto the Louis. Jadgpanzer General doesn't poke this time, knowing that the tier 8 premium German heavy tank will be loaded by now. He doesn't want to risk losing his health. Let's the TL1 LPC Little People's Club LPC shoots and kills the Louis, and jadgpanzer General takes another 447 out of the Striv S1. 5-3's the score, 3,500 damage done. He's saying, rightio, we're getting there, boys, we're getting there, but the kettle's just about boiled. Let's it's time to start getting the carry pants on. Shoots the Indian Panzer for another 478 hit points. Do I go through how awesome his gun was? 490 alpha damage, 246 penetration with standard. That's all he's going to use in this game. Standard should be enough against these Tier 8 tank. We need a bit more pen, 311 with APCR, which is premium on this bad boy. 7 for the score, 4,500 damage done. He's just warming up. He's still got 940. He's only lost, what's that? He's lost 200 health. Who would have got him for 200 health? Who would have got him for the WZ, the light tank? He misses a shot. Oh, is that the first shot he's missed? It might have been the second shot he's missed. Who cares? 8-4's the score, 4,419 hit points of damage done so far. 8-4 on Tundra. Looks at the little Frenchman and says, I'll just wait until the Cupola comes down to my level. Shoots it, brings his damage up to nearly 5,000 hit points. This is at tier 8. There's nothing wrong with that. He might only have one kill, but who cares? Is he on a mission? He's on a mission to get a top gun. He's not going to do that, not in this tank. Well, there's 2 kills. But I'm not sure if he's going to get a top gun. 9 for the score now. 2 kills to jadgpanzer General in his Skorpion. Same as the Skorpion G, but without the paint job. The Tier 8 Premium German Tank Destroyer. The looks at the AMX. 10 for the score now. 5 tanks remain. And that'll be a nice shot. Straight into the rear of the AMX. Yeah, he gets him for 278, but who cares? He's still got 667 hit points left on this tank. And he's done nearly 6,000 hit points of damage. And he's not going to poke again, is he? You're joking me. So who bumped him? It's not that KV5 again. It could have been the KV5. I'm not too sure. That was poor form. He's got two repair kits. He's got a small and a large repair kit. Interesting. Fixes the gun with the small repair kit and rolls around the corner looking for his guy. He's right at the front of this. 12-6. He wants some more damage. He's certainly hungry. Shoots the Striv 81 and backs into the T34, but that's okay. There goes the WZ kills that Striv 81. We lose a Progetto in the meantime. That just leaves 2 tank destroyers. The WZ and the 30. The 30 goes down. WZ goes down. 15-6. 2 kills. 6.5k. No problems whatsoever. Let's have a look at this result before we move on to our 4th and final replay in today's Tier 8 Extravaganza, Tier 8 Premium Tank Extravaganza, which is going to feature another mate of mine. But let's have a look at jadgpanzer General's result first. That was an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge. Not only an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge, but also a bruiser for doing damage to internal modules or crew members. Fire for effect, he got Bonds, Confederate, High Caliber, 6,409 hit points of damage. 2 kills, 17-15 base experience. He fired 17 shots, 15 hits, only 2 missed, and only 1 failed to pen. It's all right, bit of assisted damage as well. No problems. And another game with a whopping 147,500 credits after tax in a 5.5 or a 6-minute game with a premium account. Not bad, jadgpanzer General. Not too bad at all. Let's move on to our 4th and final Ace Tanker replay. This is crazib, Crazy B, whatever you want to call him. This is Crazy B. He's in the LT432. Now, he absolutely loves this tank. If you want to see him play this tank really, really well, no pressure, Crazy. If you want to see him really, really well, check him out on Twitch. The link will be down below, along with all the other stuff that I put there. He streams on Twitch. Generally evenings is when I see him on Twitch. He might stream during the day as well, but I don't think so. I think he does something. Grown up during the day. But over night time, he plays tanks and he streams it on Twitch. And a really, really nice bloke. Very good at the game. And you're going to see this. This can fly. This tank can fly. Did you know that? We're on this map, whatever it's called, Pilsen, and he's doing what light tanks do. There's some tier 9s in this game. He's in the tier 8 tank. He's got the racing camo, which looks pretty cool. He actually sent me a clip of what's about to happen, and just watch and learn. This is how you play a light tank and win. Watch this. Finds a Progetto. Look at the mini map. Crazy will be looking at the mini map. Gets a bit of spotting damage on the Progetto. Doesn't get spotted. Uses this little undulation, river, puddle kind of thing. Lots of tanks behind him. You got tanks up here sniping, doing tank destroyer stuff up there. And what else would be standard B? Patriot, T49. I thought anyway. And he's got tanks behind him as well. There's a couple of TDs. Here's the Udes. Here's his platoon mate, Rapunzel in the Lads and Sea. That I really like that name. Rapunzel's a pretty cool name. He spots the T44. Now, I think he's about to be lit. He gets spotted by the Progetto. Shoots the Progetto once. And they're all like, oh no, this guy, it's Crazy B from Twitch. It's Crazy B from Twitch. Let's get him. So they yell. T44 goes first. T44 shoots him. Takes him down to 43 hit points. T44 doesn't shoot again. He's dead. Can't wait to see what he did that game. Progetto says, it's okay. I'm an auto reloader. I can do it. Comes forward. YOLOs into Crazy B. And he's like, His gun must be... No, he does get him. Takes him down to 47 hit points. Crazy B puts the dead tank between him and the Bourrasque. The Bourrasque is saying, hang on, I'm an autoloader as well. I can get him. What the hell? He just... The GW Tiger shot, I think that might have been the friendly artillery. Didn't mean it, I'm sure. And the Bourrasque now, he angles his tank. He's using the dead tank for a little bit of a hull down kind of thing. The Bourrasque is still stunned, possibly on the reload. Hey friends, how about a bit of a hand down here? How about a bit of a hand? What are they doing? The Bourrasque is getting ready to kill Crazy B, and Crazy B says, no problem. That's how it's done. Now his friends come. Now his friends come to help. What's going on? 3 kills already, 2,152 damage. That was 3 kills. Let's pause the stream. You just see what happened there. 3 tanks YOLO'd him all around here. The Bourrasque, the Progetto, and the T44. An autoloader, an auto reloader, and a normal Russian heavy tank. That's why he's got 3 marks of excellence on this gun. He knows what he's doing. Don't worry about that. Can you see that? Can you see those 3 marks of excellence? And that was just 3 of them YOLO'd all these tanks. All these tanks. Well, some of them fired into them because he got 1,297 assisted damage. But anyway, Rapunzel comes to help. And he sends me the clip. It was clipped whilst he was streaming this. This is unusual. He doesn't often send me clips. Let's have a look. I watched it. Oh, no, you're joking. That's how it's done. They didn't know it was him because he is anonymized. You can see that in the but, my point stands. They saw it. They saw the light tank and thought, let's go get him. And Crazy says, I'll take that. Grabs his 4th kill of the game, brings the score up to 5-4. His teammates are dying relatively quickly though. They're winning by 1 tank. 4 kills to Crazy, 2,617 hit points of damage done. 1297 assisted damage. And hopefully Crazy or somebody puts the clip in the comments. I will if I remember, because the clip is quite entertaining as well, because you get Crazy's reaction. Going, oh yeah, which bloke's YOLO me? Oh, so's this guy. So's this guy. 3 versus 1, no problems. And yeah, he did it. He's down to 47 hit points though, so he can no longer sort of YOLO or trade but why would you in a light tank? Keeps the bushes between himself and the Object 705. He's got the AP rounds loaded. Now this tank is a little bit different in that regard. I often talk about the gun statistics of these tanks, and APCR is standard in the LT432. APCR is standard, which is normally that's premium. But anyway, it's 180 alpha damage, 176 penetration with APCR. It's 218 penetration with armor piercing rounds. So it's the other way around. I guess maybe someone pushed the wrong button, or maybe that was intentional. I guess maybe it was intentional. I've never heard people criticise Wargaming for that. 7-7's the score. 8-7. His team are coming back. 3,500 damage, 1,297 assist. He's just going to take these opportunities to snipe a little bit. He hasn't got the hit points to trade because of that YOLO, but he's done his job. 4 kills to Crazy B in Packin clan. Packin your bags, packing your bags for a holiday, packing steel. I don't know. 10-7. This is the last Ace Tanker replay in today's video. It's been a pleasure. It's tier 8 premium tanks. Crazy B driving around. What's his map called? Pilsen. What a weird name. Pilsen goes back, looks at these victims once again, left back there in the puddle on the eastern side of Pilsen. Finds a 705 again, taps a 2 key. Now he's 3-marked this tank, and I'll tell you what, he's 3-marked. You must love it. This is not the first replay we've seen from Crazy B in the LT432, the tier 8 premium Russian light tank. Some people say it's one of the better medium tanks in the game, even though it's a light tank. Rapunzel's down there at his Lanzen, playing with the standard B, and Crazy B will say, no worries, I'll come and give you a hand. Or will I? No, he's not going to give him a hand. He's going to go for the Pantera instead. Who cares? 47 hit points, which is 46 hit points more than you need. The Lanzen C is, if the standard B, lucky. Just, he obviously counted the bullets there, and the Lanzen, the standard B, the Lanzen C counted the standard B's bullets, and I reckon he's on a long reload now, and the Lanzen C, Rapunzel picks up the kill on the tier 9 auto reloading Italian medium tank. Crazy B says, I'm in the LT432, I'm in a light tank. Light tanks, we've got dibs on artillery, shoots artillery once, and every other prick in the game shoots him as well. Denies him of his 5th kill, but hell, what a game. 3.5, no, nearly 4,000 hit points of damage. It was an ace. You know it was going to be an ace. Let's have a look at this result before we call it a day on this replay. Where's the button? There it is. Ace Tanker Mastery Badge. Spotter medal for that assisted damage he did. Bruiser, Duelist, Fighter, Fire for Effects. He did 4,010 hit points of damage. So, mate, that's 1 or 2 blind shots went through. 4 kills, 1354 base experience, 30 shots fired, 29 hit. Only 1 shot missed. I thought Russian guns were inaccurate. 23 penetrated, 4,010 damage. A little bit blocked. Only 250 blocked. So he blocked 1 shot from that YOLO rush. 2,158 assisted damage, and the best thing about assisted damage is you don't have to pay for the bullets. Nearly 50,000 credits after tax with a premium account in that 6.5 minute game. Looks like he had to pay full price for consumables, but it's understandable. What a game. What a game. 1 versus 3, no problems whatsoever. 1 light versus 3. And they weren't dumb mediums. Or they weren't bad mediums. The Progetto's a good tank. So's the Bourrasque. So's the T44. It's Russian, for crying out loud. Anyway, don't forget to check out crazib on Twitch. He's a legend. A really nice bloke. Very good player. And a bit of late night streaming. Or late night for me anyway. Whenever I watch him, it's late night streaming. Crazy BU legend. Jadgpanzer General. That's how to lead the charge in the Skorpion on Tundra. Goldie, platoon mate. And absolute general in the Caernarvon Action X. Killing it on Ghost Town, and of course Napalmer. Check him out as well, Twitch and YouTube. Links down below. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for the replays. Take care, and see you all next time.